In the early part of chapter 25, they talk about the growth of American cities. Many Americans, as well as immigrants, are going to flock to the cities because that's where the industrial jobs are. That's where they're going to have an opportunity to make a living. However, cities are going to oftentimes become overcrowded, and there's going to be lots of issues that cities are going to face. One way to fit lots of people in a small area was the development of row houses, or sometimes called tenement buildings. These tenement buildings are similar to what we have today in apartment buildings. As you can see in this picture, they're all the way down the street. They're often 2 to 3 stories high. They're made of wood. This is before the time that they're going to be using steel and concrete to create skyscrapers in cities. But again, they're made of wood. They're sharing sidewalls. It was an easy way and a cheap way to put up together a structure and enable them to put up as many houses as they could in a small area, adding to some of the congestion. This picture here is from your book. It shows architectural plans from a New York City tenement building. These were called dumbbell tenements. As you can see down the middle, they are showing each of the different bedrooms and living spaces for the people. You would have on either side of the air shafts the same kind of setup with the bedrooms, living rooms, and parlors. The air shafts were only going to shed light and ventilation in one of the rooms in each of these buildings. So you can kind of imagine being in a room with very little light and being in a room with very little ventilation, some of the smells, some of the living conditions that people are going to have as they're living in these cities. If any of you have walked through the Purple Gym and out the double doors by the Purple Gym during football season, when these stinky football players are changing and putting on their shoes, you can get a little sense of what it might smell like in there. Not good. Also, in what is called the public hall, you can see the little tiny WCs. That would be the bathroom areas that were shared by the families living in the tenement buildings. So all of you that are going away to college, get used to it. You're going to share a bathroom with everyone else on your floor. That means their slop, their dirt, their mess in your bathroom. Finally, if you look a little bit closer in the caption, these New York tenement buildings were referred to as human warehouses. They weren't set up for being comfortable. They weren't set up for being somewhere you'd want to stay. They were set up merely for people who were working in the factories to be close to their jobs. Many tenement buildings may have looked like this picture. This photo, taken by photojournalist Jacob Riis, was part of a collection of photos called How the Other Half Lives. He was kind of exposing and bringing to light the living conditions and the filth and the crowdedness of many of the tenement buildings across the United States.